Once upon a time, in the heart of a vibrant yet unforgiving ghetto, a young man named Jay navigated the complex maze of teenage life. Jay was charming, attractive, and known for lighting up the local parties with his infectious energy. One fateful night, his path crossed with a captivating girl named Maya. The crowded room was alive with music, but for Jay, time seemed to slow when he caught sight of Maya's sparkling eyes and grace. Maya and Jay's conversation flowed effortlessly, laughter illuminating the dim corners of the party. Their connection was instant, a rare kind of magic that carried them through brisk walks in the park, stolen moments at the homies' houses, and eventually, a shared intimacy they both cherished, though perhaps for different reasons. Maya found herself falling deeply in love with Jay, enveloped in a whirlwind of emotions. Her heart brimmed with naive hope. But Jay, despite his genuine liking for Maya, found himself ensnared in the attention of other girls. His charm was a magnet, and unbeknownst to Maya, he couldn't resist. Inevitably, the truth emerged like a slowly unfurling storm. Maya's heart was shattered when she discovered Jay's infidelity. She confronted him, tears glistening like shattered glass. His reaction, however, was nonchalant, dismissive. He was young, he claimed, too young to settle down or comprehend the pain he'd caused. As the months slipped by, the reality of Maya's situation grew heavier. The whispered rumor of a new life within her confirmed. She was pregnant. Her shock turned to despair when Jay resolutely declared he was not ready to be a father. Her pleas for support met cold rejection, mismatched echoes of their happier moments together. Daily, Maya traversed the path home from school, her heart a fortress of solitude as she passed him, laughing, carefree, surrounded by girls. Jay didn't glance her way, his silence a piercing declaration of her altered reality. She stood alone in a crowd of judgment, whispers trailing her like shadows. Other girls taunted her, questioning the legitimacy of her love, her child. The day arrived when Maya felt the first pangs of labor, a herald of monumental change. She dialed Jay's number, fervently hoping for a miracle, but his response was a click, a cold void where his warmth once dwelled. She brought life into the world alone, her heart yearning for him who never came. Months passed like seasons through a broken window. Maya cradled her child, pouring infinite love into the small being that symbolized her bittersweet journey. Jay remained a ghost, haunting silent streets, blind to the life he had created. Though Maya's heart was bruised, a resilient fire kindled within her. She learned to smile for her child, to carve out strength from sorrow. And while she continued to love Jay, she understood that some love stories are lessons adorned in longing and etched in the memories of what could have been. In the end, Maya found peace in the embrace of her child, her heart learning to heal one day at a time. As Maya began to distance herself, she felt conflicted. Her heart was torn between the safe cocoon she felt with Jay and the new layer of excitement brought by this unexpected admirer, Alex. She tried to focus on herself, taking time to reflect on what she really wanted in her life and her relationships. Jay, unaware of the growing tension between Maya and Alex, was living his life casually. He enjoyed spending time with his homies and had no intentions of being tied down, at least not at this moment. But a lingering feeling about Maya always stayed with him. He often wondered about the what-ifs when it came to her. Meanwhile, Alex's obsession was eating away at him. He couldn't shake the image of Maya glancing at Jay with longing eyes. It was a look he desperately wanted for himself. He spent most of his time devising ways to win her heart while getting Jay out of the picture. Maya, sensing the intensity of Alex's feelings, decided she needed to be clear with him. She cherished the moments they spent together, but wasn't ready to commit to deeper emotions, especially when her thoughts about Jay kept creeping back in. She met with Alex to discuss how she felt, reassuring him that she valued their friendship but wasn't ready to take things further. Alex, although disheartened, attempted to hide his disappointment. Deep inside, the refusal multiplied his feelings of inadequacy and jealousy tenfold. Instead of stepping back, he started acting out of emotion, driven to prove himself worthy of her love. His intentions slowly blurred into a dangerous determination to overshadow Jay. He began spreading rumors about Jay at school, hoping to diminish his image and worthiness in Maya's eyes. He even tried to manipulate situations to create rifts between her and Jay, thinking a clean slate might open a new chapter for him with Maya. However, Maya, being intuitive, noticed the change in Alex's behavior and recognized the negativity brewing within him. She became cautious with her interactions, careful not to fuel any more misconceptions. This situation led Maya to reach out to Jay for a closure she felt was necessary over an unresolved chapter of their relationship. When Maya approached Jay, they had a heartfelt conversation about where they both stood. Jay admitted he wasn't ready for a relationship, but valued Maya beyond words. She was someone he deeply respected. Maya expressed her journey of self-discovery and how she needed clarity to truly understand what she wanted. Knowing where they both stood freed Maya. It gave her the peace of mind she needed to move forward without the emotional weight of the past. However, it also shone a light on Alex's growing darker side, which Maya knew she needed to be wary of. As the chapters of their lives continued to unfold, Maya was on a path to self-empowerment, while Alex had to confront his unresolved issues and emotions, learning the meaning of true respect and love, which goes beyond obsession or possession. Their story is just beginning. Things are about to heat up between Jay and Alex over Maya. Stay tuned for part 2, like and subscribe, because as things unfolds, you wouldn't want to miss what happened next. Alex's jealousy over Jay had reached a breaking point. Whenever he and Maya found themselves at their favorite park, or while enjoying a meal together, Jay's name would inevitably come up in conversation. It was as if Alex couldn't help but obsess over Jay, much to Maya's frustration. One day, as they sat across from each other in a cozy restaurant booth, Maya had reached her limit. "Alex, it's as if you're obsessed with him," she said, exasperated. "Do you want to be Jay?" Her words struck a nerve. Alex's face flushed with anger, and he stood up abruptly, the sudden motion causing his chair to topple over with a loud clatter. His voice rose in accusation. "Why do you always defend him, Maya? Maybe you still have feelings for Jay." He spat the words with venom, his eyes glinting with betrayal. Maya remained silent, her heart sinking with each of Alex's accusations. As his temper flared, Alex's hand lashed out, knocking over his soft drink, the liquid spilling in a dramatic arc across the table, splashing onto Maya's clothes. "You must still like him," Alex muttered, desperation creeping into his tone. Maya, maintaining her composure, pushed herself away from the chaotic scene. Intent on leaving the restaurant, and this confrontation behind, Maya stood up to go, but Alex was quicker, his hand snatching her arm in a tight grip. "Let go, Alex," Maya insisted, pulling away. His grip only tightened as he confronted her. "You're going to listen to me. I love you and Jay. He can't love you the way I do." A tense pause followed where Maya met Alex's gaze, her voice icy but firm. "Alex, this is madness. Release me now." In that tense moment, two nearby patrons, noticing the conflict, approached. They gently disengaged Alex, providing Maya a chance to escape the tension. With tears threatening to spill, Maya hurried out of the restaurant, Alex's cries echoing behind her. "Maya, Maya, I love you." As she returned home, overwhelmed with emotion, Maya reached for her phone to call Jay. She needed to talk with someone who could understand, and Jay's comforting presence was exactly what she craved. Jay, concerned, asked if he could come over, and she agreed. Sitting together on her porch, the tension melted away with the warmth of their conversation. The familiar spark between them rekindled old feelings. As they talked, Jay leaned over, capturing Maya's lips in a soft, lingering kiss. The world seemed to pause, suspending them in this gentle embrace. Letting the moment deepen, Jay's hand found its way to the hem of her pants. Maya didn't resist. Instead, she pulled him closer, signaling her willingness to embrace her feelings for Jay. The quiet house welcomed them as they moved inside, the door clicking shut behind them. In the privacy of the home, their intimacy unfolded naturally, each touch reigniting the affection Maya realized she still harbored for Jay. Maya, breathless and consumed by overwhelming emotions, called out Jay's name. Her heart raced with a mixture of love and desire. Lost in the intensity of the moment, she leaned her head back, her eyes fluttering as sensations washed over her. Jay's gentle but deliberate touch on her skin ignited waves of pleasure that built steadily, minute by minute. As her body reached its peak, Jay leaned in, his warm breath tickling her ear. His voice, deep and resonant, urged softly, "Say you like it." And Maya, with a voice trembling yet firm, whispered back, "I love it." Her words filled with uncontainable longing. Time seemed to blur as an hour of closeness passed, their connection undeniable and profound. In the aftermath, with her heart laid bare, Maya realized an undeniable truth. She had never truly moved on from Jay. Her love for him now felt deeper, more intense than ever. The yearning for a real relationship with him consumed her thoughts, yet uncertainty hung heavily in the air. Did he share her desire for something more? Jay stood, gathering his clothes with a practiced ease, a casualness that belied the intensity of what had just transpired. As he prepared to leave, Maya, with hope laced into her voice, asked, "When's the next time I get to see you again?" Jay, pausing only briefly, replied, "I don't know. I'll call you," leaving a bittersweet note in the air as he walked out the door. The room fell silent, emotions swirling in the aftermath. Suddenly, the shrill ring of a phone cut through her reverie, her heart skipping at the sudden interruption. On the screen, the caller ID flashed a familiar name, Alex. With a hesitant breath, Maya answered. Alex's voice came through, tinged with regret and earnestness. His words stumbled over apologies and declarations of love, revealing emotions that had been hidden beneath layers of time and circumstance. Maya stood at the edge of something new, emotions from the past evening mingling with the unexpected revelations from Alex. Her heart, caught between past and possible futures, faced a crossroads. Maya stood in her living room, phone pressed to her ear as Alex's voice resonated through the speaker, laced with a mix of urgency and affection. "Can I come over?" he implored. With a slight hesitation, but knowing where things were likely headed, Maya replied, "Sure, but give me a minute to hop in the shower." "Okay," Alex responded smoothly, already nearing her home. Maya hung up, a sense of irony tugging at her lips. She's unknowingly, knowing that Alex was just outside her house. After a brisk 15-minute shower, Maya heard the doorbell echo through her house. Clad only in a bathrobe, she opened the door to find Alex standing there, a confident grin playing on his lips. "That was quick," she teased, arching an eyebrow. Alex chuckled, his eyes glinting mischievously. "I was on my way over when I hung up the phone with you," he admitted, stepping inside. Maya, still in her robe, started to excuse herself. "Give me a minute to get dressed," she half-heartedly suggested. But Alex's gaze had already locked onto her, his fingers deftly undoing the tie of her robe. "No, you don't need to put on any clothes," he murmured, drawing her towards him with a gentle urgency, his arm encircling her waist and his hand gripping her curves. Maya sighed, a mix of exasperation and residual affection. "I'm not in the mood," she reminded him, her voice tinged with the lingering bitterness of their spat at the restaurant. But as Alex began to press soft, cajoling kisses along her neck, murmuring his apologies, the heat of the moment began to blur her resolve. In an inner conflict, Maya remembered the passionate evening she had just spent with Jay, which haunted her thoughts like a forbidden whisper. Yet, Alex's persistence melted away her reluctance. As he pulled her into his embrace, they sank into a moment of stolen passion. Minutes later, Alex lay sprawled contentedly in her bed, his heart swelling with warmth and tender sentiments. "I love you so much," he confessed, tracing circles on her skin. "I can't see myself with anybody else but you." Maya lay beside him, her mind adrift in silent turmoil. What she shared with Jay was a burning connection, something raw and real, unlike the tangled threads of guilt and intimacy binding her to Alex. While Alex held on to her, wrapped in his dreams of love, Maya's thoughts wandered to Jay, wishing he was the one beside her. Feeling worn and in need of clarity, she slipped away quietly, the shower's steam enveloping her anew. She sought solace there, washing away the confusion of her heart. Once dressed, she nudged Alex awake, a gentle but firm reminder. "I have to go get my baby," she explained softly. Alex, still clouded with sleep, nodded and dressed quickly. With a final kiss, tender yet somehow distant, he left, leaving Maya with her thoughts as the door clicked shut behind him. Maya leaned on the door, her head tilted towards the ceiling, deep in thought. "Jay is the better lover for me," she pondered silently before suddenly shouting, "Oh my God, why did I sleep with Alex or Jay?" Conflicted feelings for Jay surged within her. "I know he's going to do me dirty," she lamented, feeling the weight of her choices. Realizing she needed space, Maya resolved, "I just want to be single for a minute. Guys do it all the time. Why can't we women do it too?" Yet, the stigma of being labeled promiscuous lingered, holding her back. Lost in her thoughts, Maya vowed, "I'm going to get Jay back. I'll make him notice me." A plan formed. Fresh hair, sexy outfits. She would win his attention. Her determination set, Maya called her homegirl over. As Maya recounted her love triangle with Jay and Alex, her friend listened intently. "Who was better in bed?" her homegirl inquired with a mischievous grin. Without hesitation, Maya declared, "Hands down, Jay." "So, what's your plan?" her homegirl pressed, braiding Maya's hair. "It's clear you're still in love with Jay." "I don't know, girl," Maya sighed. What do you think I should do? Her homegirl advised with enthusiasm. Girl, you gotta entice Jay. Skip Alex. Jay's the father of your baby, and y'all look good together. Maya nodded, knowing it was true. But Jay's a bad boy, she hesitated. And all the girls like him. I don't want to compete. I just want Jay to love me for me. You just gotta get him to notice you, her homegirl encouraged, finishing the last braid. With newfound resolve and a touch of fear, Maya prepared to embark on her mission to win Jay's heart once more. To be continued. Stay tuned for the next chapter. Like and subscribe to get notifications for new episodes.